In the spirit of trying always to be current with everything and anything going on in Wrexham, what we're doing is effectively a special, and it's a special centred on exclusively the fantastic news that Wrexham has managed to get on the shortlist of towns and cities and counties to be considered City of Culture in 2025. This is far too much of an important issue for it not to attract all of our focus and all of our attention. And initially I wanted to talk to two people who have been heavily involved in formulating the initial bid. When the news broke on Friday that we were on the shortlist, where were you?
Well, we were waiting for the news to come through, and it wasn't until later that evening when I got a text message. That was the best news of the day. We were absolutely thrilled, and although we were really confident about the bid, the actual kind of reality of actually being in that final four was euphoric.
It does change the landscape, doesn't it? We're in with a real chance.
Absolutely. The fact that we're down to the shortlist of the whole of the UK in terms of competing with places like Durham, Southampton, Bradford, major destinations in their own right, major cultural destinations, and for Wrexham to kind of be in that same league in terms of the whole offer that we've promoted over the last several months, it is absolutely terrific, and I think it should really breathe confidence into communities, residents, businesses that are here. The fact that we can really kind of make this now and achieve the full title for 2025.
Tell us then, Joe, what's happening over the next, it's going to be about 8 to 10 weeks before the final decision is made?
We've got judges from DCMS and the culture panel coming up in May to have a look at Wrexham, to consider our offer from grassroots all the way up to high level investment. And in terms of kind of the activity, we'd really kind of focus on now, getting that story out. In our initial bid, we talked about our offer, the chances of levelling up, which I know has been kind of spoken about already. We also want to focus on those community events that are going to be happening over April and May. A lot of your viewers might have seen the fact that there's been a number of grants issued to community groups, and those events are all special in their own right and very diverse.
So when these adjudicators come and visit Wrexham, do we know what kind of thing they'll be looking at and what kind of things what kind of things would score points for us?
We do to an extent. We know full well that the judges know on paper, what Wrexham's strengths are, and that's everything from the World Heritage Site to our gorgeous attractions in the National Trust properties, right way through to things like the football club with its heritage and history. But we've got so much from a tourism point of view, but what the judges really want to see is what difference this is going to make to that grassroots level, to those community groups that have been involved so far, scout groups to dance troupes, everyone that was included in that bid film. They really want to go out and actually talk to the community. So we can give a glossy portfolio to the judges, but really it's about more than that. It's about actually uncovering some of those hidden stories and those hidden talents in Wrexham, and I'm sure that we can really unearth those going forward.
There'll be people who will be thinking, I would like to play a part, a small part or a bigger part. What kind of opportunities are there for the people out there to actually push this bid along? The
opportunities are there for every resident in Wrexham. In terms of what we've always known, yourself and me working in Wrexham, is that it's a passionate county. People love where they live, they want to make a difference. But going forward in the next couple of months, we really want those voices to actually kind of talk to people online through their own social media channels, through their workplaces, through any events they might put on as a community group. We want them to really use the fact that they're doing this in support of the Wrexham 2025 campaign. So that might be using something simple like a hashtag, Wrexham 2025, or just sending us in their photos or sending us in their letters of support. And those letters of support can just be from a resident in Chirk, in Rossett, in Brumbo. It doesn't matter where you are. If you love Wrexham County where you live, let us know, and that will really help the bid as well.
From being an objective that was ambitious, it's certainly become something that is
made it
real and possible. We're in the last leg of the race, and we are in the race, very much in the race.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
And I think there's a few words that just keep coming up over and over again as I talk to people. One is the ambition, but also aspirational.
Yes.
We are an aspirational community, and when you think what could be delivered as a result of City of Culture, it's just fantastic, and there is an awful lot of ambition.
Well, ambition is about the future. So it's not just about our past, which we've got a great past to tell people about, and it's not just about the here and now either, but it's also something, I guess, a legacy that this particular project has got to offer.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got an awful lot. When you think about all the plans that could be delivered as a result of winning the overall bid, and we will know soon, won't we? So I think another 8-10 weeks or so.
It will soon go.
It'll be announced. So we've got a lot of work to do in the meantime to keep up the momentum, to get more people on board, more plans. We need to put more plans together now and make sure we absolutely nail it, because we're in this to win it. We are building on those real firm foundations now. We are aspiring to go and take this town, this area, the borough to the next level so that we can see what's possible. And it's not just, it's arts, isn't it? It's in schools, it's in our local communities, it's drama and dance groups, it's poetry, it's sport. And across so many different areas, this will have a lasting legacy and make such a difference for generations now. We're not just talking about a steering group. This will last years, and that's what's really, really important.
I think the word that occurred to me is transformational. It is transformational. It's a quantum leap simply by everyone playing whatever part they can play.
It's the power of the individual. So everybody can make a difference to this bid now, and everybody can take that step back and think, how can I impact the outcome of the final judging process over the next couple of months? What can I do for my local community? And for individuals within a community to have that opportunity now to almost reframe what their future and the future of their community looks like, I just think that's a really, really powerful message.
Thank you very much to both Joanna and to Joe for their contribution and the discussion there. I think what comes through from those conversations is quite clearly how important it is for people to understand that the true relevance of this bid is about its impact on the people of the county of Wrexham, because this isn't a vanity project, certainly not a personal vanity project. This is about the people and for the people of Wrexham and the young people and the children of Wrexham. And there is a possibility we can create real legacy here. But in order to test the temperature of the town, to see how they feel about it, I actually thought it'd be a good idea to go around Wrexham today and speak to people about what they thought of the news so far.
Ie, dwi'n falch iawn bod ni rwan yn y pedwar ola. Mae o'n newyddion cyffrous iawn i'r dre, a just gobeithio rwan am y gorau a bod ni'n ennill.
I think the bid now is validation for all those people that have worked so hard over so many years to set up small projects, to do arts, to do retail, sport, whatever that might be, and giving them the infrastructure and the investment that they deserve to grow those projects on a local and then maybe national, international scale.
I think the thing with Wrexham, it's not the finished article yet. It's somewhere that could be the finished article, somewhere really big and important if we win this. And I think it'll be amazing to see our Wrexham being put on the map and to see people finding out more about it. Yeah.
I see it as very much a positive boost for us at the Stute and for Wrexham in general, and not just for the arts, maybe for everything that could benefit from such a successful bid, really.
Mae lot o trefi yng Nghymru yn Prydain wedi bod yn amser pryderus really ar gyfer lot o trefi eitha bach yn y Deyrnas Unedig. So dwi'n meddwl bod fel y publicity, bod pobl yn dod i nabod, gwybod am y dre, a hefyd arian, a just bod hwnna yn helpu busnesau, mwy o busnesau newydd hefyd i ddechrau, ond hefyd cefnogi y rhai sydd yma yn barod.
We helped about 8 businesses here in the hub receive £1,000 grants, which allowed them to do things with their businesses they'd never done before. So events at a much larger scale than previous. So I think if we did win the bid, that rose exponentially in terms of what their businesses can do. Obviously more footfall to the town, more publicity on Wrexham. We're already on the world stage thanks to Rob and Ryan, but obviously not everyone's a football fan. So, it really expands that out to catch more people than ever talking about Wrexham.
I think it will make quite a difference to the whole feeling of Wrexham. Sometimes it has a sort of a bad press, if you like to say, but it's not strictly true. It's other places have similar issues, and other places where they've been city of culture, they've benefited from the money that it generates for one thing. The culture is already here, that could thrive even more.
Gobeithio yn union, bydd pobl yn dod i weld y lle, achos mae Wrexham yn lle special iawn, dwi'n meddwl.
If you look at other previous winners of the bid, you can see how much they've had invested and some of the projects which they've done with it. So everything from art galleries to children's play centres to improved public transport. So I think a big part of this is, thinking about Wrexham like all those previous winners and going, well, if you improved transport links via trains, buses, whatever that might be, then people start coming to us as if it was a tourist sort of city like Liverpool or Manchester. So I would say let's look to the biggest one of those cities and say, we'll get that footfall, why not?
There's so many people who could do amazing things if they had the funding, if they had the support, and I think the City of Culture is a massive opportunity to do that. We've already seen with the grants that have been awarded as part of the project, as part of our bid project, there's loads of ideas for events that are going to take place across the next few months now leading up to the big decision. So I think Wrexham is just a hotbed of creative people, really, of ideas, and it's wonderful to see them coming all together for the bid, really, and I hope that continues.
Sky's the limit, to be honest. If people are creative and really get stuck into this bid, now is the time. If people aren't involved, now is the time to get down on the ground and have your voices heard about what you want to see.
This is an opportunity to create real legacy in this town, and you all, every single one of you listening to me now, can do something. It could be as simple as every time you see what effectively is the logo for the bid itself, even if you saw it 8 times in a week, you share it immediately, because all these things will not only just build profile and heighten people's awareness, but it will be monitored also by the adjudicating body. And this really is Wrexham saying it's a town that will have a future that is far different to its past. And one thing is for sure, a rising tide leaves no boats behind.